a federal election year, right? So we're looking for some things to come into Western Canada, particularly Alberta, in terms of fiscal stimulus.
The way I've termed 2018 was really a policy-induced retraction. It wasn't because of the economy and some of the good things that have been happening in Manitoba.
We are under a new mortgage stress test, which is making it more difficult for especially first-time buyers to get into our housing market.
You better be moving to Winnipeg if you want to own a home.
When you look over 300,000, we actually had more sales in 2018 than 2017.
Manitoba's diversified economy is doing quite well, and so we're expecting continued strength in the industrial market.
The industrial sector is probably the most active last year and going into this year.
We've been able to pick up on the lack of supply in the city, but there's a number of companies that are definitely making Centerport their home.
Retail apocalypse is not a thing. We agree that it's not a thing.
It's really important for retailers and developers to create developments that give an experience to the customer and provide community and provide a lot of value to customers, not just to come in and buy the things.
Don't be afraid to get creative with your leasing. Don't be afraid to approach landlords with non-traditional tenants.
Nobody has a clue what's happening. I can give you a brilliant economic analysis here. One tweet will change everything. Trump was a major impact on the US economy in 2018 because of the fiscal stimulus, tax cuts. This is not going to happen in 2019, and that's where the risk is, that the economy will slow down, notably in 2020, because of the fiscal swing where you move from a positive to a negative. That's a big negative, and that's a risk that the US economy is facing. And that's one of the reasons why we believe that the Fed will be very, very dovish when it comes to raising interest rates. In fact, I will not be surprised if come 2020, the Fed will actually cut interest rates. Some fundamentals that are going to be with us for a long period of time. The demographic story that is impacting the wage mechanism is there. The mismatch in the labor market is there. This means that inflation is not rising to the same extent. There's no need to raise interest rates, and the expansion goes. If there is a mistake, it's actually a policy mistake coming from Trump because of the fiscal swing, and one of the reasons why I believe that interest rates will remain even lower, because we'll have monetary policy fighting fiscal policy. It's like putting a humidifier and a dehumidifier in the same room. Let them fight it out. I think that the real estate market over the next year or two, given low interest rates, will not be the most exciting place. Clearly, regulations, B20, raising qualification rates made it much more difficult for the market to move upward. So we are adjusting now, and maybe we have to start rethinking about B20, about regulations, and about how severely we regulate the mortgage market. Maybe we have to lower the qualification rate from 200 basis points to 100 basis points. At least we have to start thinking about it. After this recession, after the long recovery, and after the elections, it's clear what was normal in the past is not normal in the context of today's economy.